Teacups and tires, a journey untold, where passion ignites and the world unfolds. From humble beginnings to a checkered line, I'm chasing my dreams, one lap at a time.
Hello and welcome to Teacups and Tires, where every lap begins with the perfect brew. I'm your team principal, TNT. This week in Breakcheckin news, Sir Hamilton-Larbalestier is set to collaborate with the athletic company Lululemon. This episode was filmed, researched, and recorded from the dates of the 23rd through the 24th of February, before the launch went live. Now, to be perfectly honest, I didn't see this partnership coming. And I wouldn't say I'm surprised nor disappointed, but I'm definitely giving Sir Hamilton-Larbalestier and his team a bombastic side-eye. For being a part of the long-name crew myself, from this day forward, I will be calling Sir Hamilton-Larbalestier as HL from now on. From my last BCN segment, we talked about Verstappen and his team and the lack of effort to branch out. And now we have SHO reaching a new crossover market, but is it right for his brand? Honestly, it's a big no, specifically giving that SHO has a track record of fighting for the little guy, so this is just a really weird one for me. Wright said many times before that I don't believe in parasocial relationships, and I would like to say that I also have this deep ingrained cynicism for when people talk about role models, even if they aren't famous, and I honestly don't even believe in role models. And to elaborate even further why I don't believe in role models, I believe that people and role models are all humans with all their faults, and everyone has their own piece of nihilism within themselves. So, we're about philosophy lesson out the way. I wouldn't say that I'm emotionally attached to the situation, but I would say I was rooting for SHL to make the right decision when it comes to his personal branding. So, let's get nerdy. And top politics. It's okay, calm down. I don't make politics my whole personality type, nor is it my life. I actually have a life outside of the internet world, and I do tend to go outside and touch grass, even if I'm allergic to it. But all that being said, many people believe that you should keep politics out of everything. But as long as modern humans have walked the earth, everything is ingrained in politics. Been going even further, being in the body that I was placed in, and even the culture and country in which I was born, everything around my life is revolved around politics, unfortunately. Ever since I've started watching F1, I've noticed that SHL has always used his platform to speak up for things that he believes in. Whether he's standing for the LGBT people, as you see, he was standing with Vettel during the Hungarian GP and wore his infamous racing helmet at the Saudi Arabia GP. And to also go as far at one GP, take a knee and wear a Breonna Taylor t-shirt. Though I have to ask the question, how is it possible that he and his team missed the mark with this company like Lululemon? This Canadian athletic brand, founded in Vancouver in 1998 by Chip Wilson, has been a figure of controversies, even with its name. Watch this.
Always wondered where the name Lululemon came from? Well, according to Wikipedia, the creator named it Lululemon so that it could have as many L's as possible, so that Japanese people would have trouble pronouncing Lululemon. He thought it was hilarious to listen to Japanese people try to pronounce Lululemon. Yeah, the name has no meaning. It literally is just so it's funny to listen to Japanese people say it. For Asian people, when English isn't their first language, the L's are very difficult to pronounce.
The actual quote came in 2005 with the National Pulse Business magazine, and he says, "I was playing with the L's and came up with Lululemon because it was funny to watch them say it." So going to the main language I speak, it's a very consonant-based language, so you say every single letter you see. So that pink fish, I can't say it because I pronounce the hell. And this company, I have an accent when I say it. Like, honestly, this has been the longest voice recording I've done because I've been trying to pronounce Lululemon without an accent. I give up. I honestly give up. So he's speaking to me. It's already off-putting to make a brand just so that it's funny to hear people pronounce it. Like, that's just weird to me. And then on top of that, I do have a lot of Asians in my family, so this brand just turned me off by that. Brand has came out and said that Mr. Wilson's point of view and views do not reflect the new age of this company, and that he hasn't been a part of the board since 2015. But it is something to note that he does have a majority stake in the company, and according to Forbes, that stake is worth about $4 billion. And with recent exposés coming out that have led to lawsuits and more video clips like this one.
Spent $600 at Lululemon for my Poconos trip just to be stopped at the door.
See what I stole, please. Go to the register.
Oh my gosh. Do you have your information?
Why?
Are you willing to give me your information?
Why? I didn't steal anything. Can you ask them? Because I didn't steal anything. I literally just came.
I can't talk to you.
Calm down, bro.
No.
Okay, so you want me to tell you why you didn't stop?
Yes, why?
Okay, I'm trying to tell you that, but you're not.
Calm down.
Tell me.
Okay, they believe you took something.
What did I take?
I don't know, because we weren't the ones
So
that
can you
took
ask them to record or do something?
We stopped you based on that, all right?
Okay.
You let us look at your stuff. You said no, nothing was found. You're good to go. Would you like, can we get your information?
I don't want that stuff no more. Who's the manager of this store? I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. That's wrong.
It's really hard to say why SHL and his team would take a collaboration with such a company. But I'm sensing this scene in Pretty Woman where something like this happens and you're being profiled within the store. And it's completely annoying and off-putting. And unfortunately, I know from experience, and I do not shop at those companies anymore. Well, we always got to remember, we are NBA girlies on this side of the world. So we need to look at this business dealing from the side of Lululemon and see how they profit from this scenario. Since December, their stock price has dropped about 20% due to the fact that there is an increased demand and competition for more luxury athletic wear. I wouldn't be myself if I wasn't just a little cheeky, but this is Mr. Wilson's target audience. He wanted the Supergirl to wear his brand. And according to Mr. Wilson, the Supergirl is a young woman with an amazing career, spectacular health, and a very large amount of disposable income. So let's just break down the target audience that an ambassadorship or collaboration with SHL would bring to this company. So the first target audience would obviously be the male and female SHL fans. Then you have to add on the fans that are just fully Ferrari fans that are going to start looking into this company now. Then obviously you do have the gifting target audience, which you're really not putting a lot of money in, but once you buy a gift, you hear about the quality, you keep buying it for yourself. Right, might I add the obvious black spending power, which would only be tailored to those who fit the criteria of considerable disposable incomes and thighs that do not touch. Alright, so this is just going to be a TNT rant section, so do what you will with it. I'm 166 centimeters. I am an XD1 cheerleader and an XD2 track athlete. And I still love to work out this day, and I'm actually smaller than I am now that I was in uni. Anywho, in what universe has my thighs ever not touched? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Not trying to go into body shaming or doing anything of that because I still can use about 10 kilos. But I don't think I've ever in my life had a thigh gap. And if I do, it was probably when I was like 10. So I know for a fact that Lululemon as a brand has never been for me, will never be for me, because I do not fit the standard of what they want for a girl to wear their clothing items. And I'm just saying, and this is my own thought process, if this is what their standard is, and you want women to fit these small body types, this is why a lot of people have EDs, not just women, because they can't fit into this like status size clothing. And let's break it down. If I am paying 74 euros for these type of leggings or this clothing, and my thighs are rubbing together, and they can't hold up to that, I don't want them. I'm not going to pay that much money for clothes I just ripped because me being me. I'm feeling very self-conscious about my weight right now after that rant, so I'm just going to save this into the atmosphere. Thick thighs save lives. Okay, now back to the news. Now, I am not a hypocrite, and I am just as problematic with my choice in clothing brands. So let's just take a look at French fashion companies to start off with. We have the lovely Chanel company. Yeah, she was a Nazi informant, and oh yeah, she was dating a Gestapo agent during the time. And then we have Dior. While he did stay loyal to France during German occupation, yeah, he helped with the Nazi uniforms. And nächstes deutsches Unternehmen. Then we have the lovely Hugo Boss. Yeah, they started as a normal everyday company, and then during the war they started making military uniforms, which, oh my goodness, increased their sales. After seeing the success in the military uniforms after Hugo Boss's death in 1948, the company decided to still stick with suits. Thus is why we know them as the German Suit Company now. We have BMW, which actually was an aeroplane engine company. Just look at the logo. The logo is propellers cutting through the air, if you guys haven't noticed that. After the Treaty of Versailles, after the First World War, BMW was banned from making airplanes, so they switched to the luxury automotive sector. And then World War II happened, and it went back to planes. Porsche out here during World War II was being the ultimate baddie, making heavy weaponry and tanks. And lastly, we have my two favorite athletic brands in a whole entire road, who are actually some of the team's kit sponsors for F1. We have Puma and Adidas. So we have the brothers Adolf Aldi and Rudolf Dasser, and while they had the Puma company, because that was the first one, they were in Gestapo and they made boots for the military. And interesting enough, during the 1936 Berlin Summer Olympics, Puma sponsored Jesse Owens with all of his track spikes. So, long story short, after years of not liking each other and each other's management style, Adi broke off and met Adidas. And yeah, the rest is honestly history, and every single company I mentioned are still held in high regards today. And you know why that is? They don't keep messing up after their mistakes. And with Puma and Adidas, my thighs rub together and my clothes don't rip. Now, don't get your knickers in the twist about, oh my goodness, designers should have the freedom to pick their target audience and say what they need to say. Yes, this is 100% true. I 100% agree. No matter how wrong it is. And with that being said, I would love to introduce you to the very own James Bond villain of fashion, the lovable German Karl Lagerfeld. Now, he's a little bit of an ale, he is not politically correct, and he is very, very toxic. Makes me want to take a diet every single day. But I am not going to stop buying his clothing. And plus he's dead, so that should count for something, right? Like I said before, I am very problematic when it comes to my choices and brands and who I support. But I'm not going to be a hypocrite, and I'm not going to judge SHL about his collaboration choices. Now, you're going to ask me, TNT, you just spent about 10 to 15 minutes rambling why this was a bad choice for his branding. So why are you not judging him? The answer is simple. It's because of capitalism, babes, and money helps to buy you pretty things, and I'm all for pretty and shiny things. I do believe that everybody deserves a valid critique, and no one's above that. And pretty much, long story short, everybody on catchy strays. I don't care who you are. I think what makes his critique a little more, I don't know the right word for it in English, but SHL seems to be the pillar of the moral high ground when it comes to the drivers on the grid, and is very public in that stance. So I am still giving him a side eye when it comes to this endeavor. This topic was a lot, and I am 110% sure I would never spend my money at Lululemon with this collaboration. But as a person that probably would get this collaboration as a gift, I think my stance on this topic can be summed up perfectly by my favorite German supervillain.
Voiced.
Lagerfeld states, jogging pants are a sign of defeat. You've lost control of your life, so you go out in jogging pants. And with all that being said, I do wish Sir Hamilton-Larbalestier all the best with his new collaboration for ambassadorship. Remember, as always, I'm just a girl with her mic, her teacups, and tires, just brewing the ultimate mix of style and speed. With all that being said, this has been Breakcheckin News with your girl, TNT.